All right, we've got the unboxing of the aMagisn quick release metal frame case with the quick magnetic quick release mount for the Insta360 X4. Some exciting stuff for you from the GLiBz Shop. Now, if you've been to the GLiBz Shop before, you know about this amazing case. This is the Sunny Life protective case. This is the best way to keep it when you keep it in your pocket and in your purse, when you're not using it, to protect the lenses, protect the screen, and to keep it from damage, as you've seen on many of the reviews of damaged lenses. But when you're using it, this is the case that works best, and here's why. Has a nice little O-ring gasket on that to keep it locked in. The battery side goes where there's a bigger opening. Or you still have full access to your battery port. You can still put on your accessories through here. If you pop this off, you can put the microphone adapter on there. Still have access for charging or for data transfer. Full button control. Has cutouts for where the microphones are. Has a couple of other nice features too. The biggest thing is this. We're familiar with lens caps, but anyone that's used the Insta360 line, X line before, and the original ones, these are great, but the problem is if you get any sand or any dust or any debris on these themselves and you put it on, or it can scratch the lens. It's been a common complaint. So what aMagisn did, these stick out. I mean, they're a little bit bulbous, so it's a little bit obnoxious on how big it is, but they never touch the lens. So when you push this on, whereas the Insta360 OEM ones push against the lens, these don't. These just sit here and glide over it. And they're big enough. The reason they made them this big is because they actually work with the lens protectors. A couple other nice things too. A lot of them only have cold shoe mounts, and those are great, but then you have to use an adapter or something if you want to add anything that has a quarter shoe. This one has the quarter adapter. The beauty of that is if you're using, say, the selfie stick or using just a small little tripod or something, you can actually do horizontal mounts. One of the nice things to do that is if you're doing like a body cam setup, you want to put it up against your body. When it's vertical, you know, it's more top heavy, whereas when it's like this, it hugs more like a GoPro, to where it's very low in profile against your body, so you don't get that bouncing around. So this is nice to do that way. And again, there are adapters for other ones. This one's built into it, so it's very nice to have that here. And the cold shoe mounts, if you have to use those, the downside in using the cold shoe mount is then you have one thing connected to another thing to connect to another. It's always better to have as few connections or in-between connections as possible. But you do have a cold shoe mount plus the quarter 20 plus another cold shoe up here to put like a light or anything like that. But again, this thing is very nice. Now the last thing is down here. Again, a lot of the cages come with the flip out GoPro tab. This model in particular doesn't, and there's a particular reason for that, and it is the exclusive for this model right now. It does have a quarter inch, so again, if you're putting it on a tripod, putting on anything else, it works great for that. And again, the beauty of this is if you're doing an action sport, the break points are at the quarter 20 inside of it or your selfie stick itself. But right now, stresses here, if it's bouncing around, are distributed through the cage. And that's why rabbit cages are so important, because they actually distribute the weight and make it where you're not stressing the camera itself. Again, these cameras are very solid. They're built wonderfully, but if you put too much stress right in there, it's a plastic and rubber housing. You're putting stress on the whole body of the camera, and that's never a good idea. One of the best parts that you haven't seen anywhere else, and that is this. If you've seen the Ace Pro and the Ace line, this is the Insta360's version of what DJI has and GoPro has for mounts. So this is one that comes with this. It comes with this, and this in the pack, this bundle that we have on the GLiBz Shop at shop.glibz.com. But the beauty of these is this. It just locks on, and it's very snug, very solid. And the beauty of this is this. The reason these are so popular in the action camera community is that once you tighten them down, and you tighten them down so tight, they don't move. You can keep them locked. And for the Insta360, it's important because you want to keep this vertically oriented with your selfie stick. So if I was using a mount like this, because if I just do a quarter thread and thread it in and it's moving around, it might rotate. It might rotate and come loose after a while, and then it starts wobbling, and then you have more a higher likelihood of damage. So if you put a traditional GoPro mount on this, lock it in and lock it tight, the only thing you can have is movement up and down, but if you tighten it down enough, you're not going to get that. So the downside is every time you want to take this and use it somewhere else or in a different way, you've got to untighten that and retighten it. And on other ones, these have broken. The cheaper ones, these break. The ones like from Insta360 or aMagisn, these don't break. They're more of a nylon. They're pretty flexible. They don't get brittle over time. But this one, again, is it's locked on there and it's super tight. And it doesn't have play, which some of the ones we've had, like from Pulos, has had play. This one doesn't. It just, you pinch those and take it off. So if you can buy extras of these. If you take these and you have these on all your mounts, if on a tripod or other things, you can leave it just like this and take this off and have this for use right on your selfie stick. So the turnaround time from going from a mounted, secure way to your selfie is like instant. So it's just really nice. You can do that, and again, say you want to go back to your mount that's on your motorcycle, on your surfboard, on anything else, you just take this, and it's magnet, so it aligns up, and you're locked in. And again, some of them don't work as well as others. This one we find has just been wonderful. And the beauty of this one too is if you do have the Ace Pro, you can use it with that. So any of this mounting system you can use on any of the ones you want to do. And if you end up using this, they have adapters for this, so you can put that on your other cameras. Okay. This is the package that you want for ultimate action use. It's the aMagisn cage with the exclusive no-touch lens cap and the quick release. And again, these are available right now at shop.glibz.com, and you can check them out there. And again, compared to some of the other cages and systems, it's actually a very good price and value, and you get this as well. And get out there and enjoy the Insta360.